across the sea of character sheets, deep in the forest of D20s lies the mountain of Source Books.
Welcome to the Mountain of Source Books. We hope you enjoyed your climb. My name is Jeffrey Vincent Dale, and today we have the final part of our playthrough of the Monster of the Week mystery, The Crystal Assassin. Previously, the team had been hired by a fortune teller named Serenity Evans to look into the whereabouts of her former apprentice, Celino Adesi. After a few days of investigation, they found her and learned that she had been hired as an assassin to eliminate a criminal named Quincy Francetti and all of his underlings, which she was doing by summoning giant crystal mantises to turn all of her targets into crystal by biting them. She would then sell the crystal on the side to make extra cash. The team learned that she was under attack in her apartment and used the opportunity to try and stop her by messing with the summoning process and causing one of her mantids to bite her and turn her into crystal. She threatened them with a gun to try and get them to cure her, and so they agreed to take her back to their lab and reverse the process. And now, back to their story.
And so we get to the car, and we're in it, and Frank's driving us back.
Do we stop for burgers?
No, because I'm pretty sure she'll shoot us. Well, everyone but me.
We'll drive back, and I guess so you have to do a big magic with the venom to find a way to
Yes.
fix it. Can we all help out with that?
Alright, so you have to study the venom in order to figure out how it works so that you can tailor the spell to do that. We'll say that'll take another day.
All right.
Does she just turn into like a crystal statue at this point?
By the time you get to the house, she is fully crystallized in a sitting position because she was in the car.
As you guys are dragging her in, I remind you not to scratch my floor once again.
That becomes very difficult.
We put her in like a chair.
We get the dolly when we get back, because we did have the dolly from the previous section.
There you go.
dolly her into a seat.
Yeah, just place her in there. That'll be fine.
Alright, so what are you all going to be doing while the research is going on?
I have a job, so if it's taking another day, I'm going to go to my work in middle management.
Okay.
Can someone check? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Oh yeah, I guess I will keep an eye on the area to make sure there are no more assassins coming, because that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright, so you're specifically looking for assassins?
Yes. And I get a 9 for investigate, I guess, or read bad situations specifically.
Alright, read a bad situation, one question, and any dangers we haven't noticed is the one you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay. No dangers from outside, but a potential one from inside. Celino's crystallization isn't going the way everyone else's does. Crystals have started to grow out of her stomach, almost like legs.
So she's turning into a mantis. Fun.
Wonderful. So I can't do anything still, right? I'm working on the.
Yeah, you still need time to complete your research.
All right.
Yeah, and since I've already acted, can I still act to attempt to slow this? Or investigate how I say can slow this using the mentioned note on the list?
I will say you can try and use magic to slow it.
Okay. I will attempt to do so. Roll the 7 plus 1, so that would be an 8.
Okay, choose your glitch.
Glitch. Effect is weakened. The effect is short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. Magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. Has a problematic side effect. I'm going to say I will take harm.
Okay. Alright, you cast the magic, and one of the crystal legs kind of shatters, and a piece of it flies by and cuts your cheek or whatever.
Yeah,
Something kind of cinematic.
Don't get blood on my floor.
I'm trying. I was trying not to bleed in the first place.
We'll say Frank is done with work,
Yes, I have to pay for my car and the gas.
Yeah, we'll say
So I will come back.
we'll say you got back the night before at around 9 o'clock, so you'll need till around 9 o'clock tonight to finish the research. And
Okay.
we'll say it's about 6 o'clock right now.
I come with Burger King for everyone. So I see these crystal eggs growing on her stomach
Well,
type thing.
crystal legs, like
Crystal. Oh,
He's
legs.
Yes.
turning into another mantis, I think.
And I just like chop them off.
you could try for it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean she's not moving, so I guess it wouldn't technically count as combat.
Well, he'd have to do like a strength thing, right?
I mean, I guess I could see if it's just doing enough damage to
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, is it just gonna kind of bounce off of it? Is it gonna bounce off and hit him back in the face?
My sword is magic. That is one of the tags I got.
All right. Yeah. Roll for it.
I got an 8.
Okay.
And I do 3 harm.
You do 3 harm, and we'll say that breaks off the crystal legs.
Back to normal.
Unless they regenerate and the legs start turning into other mantises.
That's bad.
I just like keep squishing it with my sword.
Well, she has 3 armor against mundane harm.
So wouldn't a 3 just not do anything?
Well, he said against mundane.
Yeah, but because the weapon is magical, it ignores the armor.
Right. Got it.
It also has a close tag and it's also balanced, my weapon.
A little bit after that, we'll say you've finished your research now. It's been a couple hours, but you notice that the part where the legs were broken off is starting to bleed.
Oh, gross.
What
I'm gonna put down
did you
newspaper.
do? What did you do?
Got rid of the legs.
Why would you touch it at all before? All right. So now, can I give her the cure?
You have all the ingredients you need from the cure, but you have to actually like execute the spell still.
Okay. So
Does he do this multiple times? Does it like only be able to do it to one person?
once I have the stuff, I just have to execute the spell.
Yeah, you have to do it for each individual person, but you have everything you need to do it as many times as you need to. You just have to expend the time to actually perform it.
Got it. Okay. So before I start performing the spell, if I put a bubble around her, is the spell going to penetrate that bubble? Can I cast the spell within the bubble?
Yeah, I would say you
You
can.
cast 2 spells at once.
But if another person were to create a barrier and then
Can anyone else create a barrier?
Technically, anyone can use magic.
I guess technically anyone, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can kind of set something up like that. It wouldn't. Well, okay, yeah. I will set something up like that, and
don't forget, you're also in your home. I imagine you would also have more mundane ways of holding someone in place as well.
I'm not using any of my books or any of my items to hold a creature. Cast a spell. Put it in a bubble.
okay, I rolled 2 ones,
Okay.
so bad, very bad.
All right, let's see. So we'll say that has a negative effect.
Yeah.
The magical energy, instead of creating a barrier, gets absorbed into the statue and it starts to move.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
Why do I have to do everything myself? Okay. Do I spend 2 turns doing this?
Doing what? The big magic?
I'm not gonna cure her yet. I'm going to put a bubble around her.
All right. Yeah, because I mean, you don't have to be the one doing the ritual. You just have to make sure somebody else knows how.
I'm not doing the ritual. I'm going to postpone the ritual.
So we're not doing it at all. That's what I'm hearing.
I got a 10 plus 1, so that's an 11.
Okay, that succeeds. You have her trapped in a bubble.
As it starts to move, and I just glare at Anne and like,
Well, okay,
really?
I am very, very curious what your plan was in the first place, because literally what you said to me is, I'm going to cure her, so set up a barrier. That failed. So then you just set up a barrier. So you're not doing
You
the
know,
thing
we
that we
can't-
suggested we do. So there was no point to me doing that at all because you weren't doing the thing that you were. I don't.
I was going to cure her. Now I'm not.
I don't know why we would have done that in the first place.
Oh,
You know, we can't trap all of our problems in bubbles.
That's very true.
clearly we can. Clearly I can. Neither of you can.
I have noticed that you just put bubbles around everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm also thinking we should just deal with this in a normal fashion because it seems like she's turning into a mantis, and that's,
Yeah, as you're having this conversation, you see her hand start to clench into a fist.
Oh, great, more mantis.
I'm fine if she just dies.
I try wanted to avoid that. I would have just, the whole statue thing was kind of a punishment befits the crime sort of thing. But if we're just going,
Yeah.
Oh well.
I don't want blood on my floor.
Well, there's
Take
gonna
the
be a lot
bubble-
more blood now, considering what's just happened.
Take the bubble outside in the backyard.
That's not how that works. Also, you did not pay attention to what Jeff just said.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, while you are arguing, she summons 3 crystal mantids, and they each are headed towards one of you.
Oh, aren't they? Wouldn't they be in the bubble?
You can summon them anywhere,
Yeah.
as long as they're within sight.
That's why I wanted her in the bubble, so she couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, she can't move.
All right. Let's see what can I do here.
Do we get to go first, or do they?
At the very least, Anne definitely gets to go before the creatures because she noticed.
Okay. So I'm going to act under pressure and try and get the hell out of Dodge, because as we've noted, bullets don't do anything to these things. So I'm basically going to be distracting it as opposed to actively trying to kill it.
Okay.
You could give a help out action.
Right, I'm trying to not die.
All right. Has anyone spent any of their luck points besides me?
Nope.
No.
Does anyone want to use a luck point?
Nah, I'm good. Okay, yeah, so I rolled an 8. Keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Basically, I'm acting under pressure and trying to keep it. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Nope, never mind, my cool's. Actually, I rolled a 7. Basically, trying to distract it and keep it from killing me, because that's kind of important.
Okay.
Which I suppose could also be protect somebody from harm, which is protect me from harm if you wanted to do that instead.
Actually, yeah, that would probably be better.
I think it only works if it's another person.
On
Yeah.
a 7, you would take the damage instead of them, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it says prevent harm to another character.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
I'm pretty sure I would go last because I was distracted by yelling at Anne, and then
I feel like Frank knew what was going on the whole time.
yeah, Anne and Frank would go first, then the mantises, then me.
Yeah. I'll just give you a worse outcome. You put some space in between you and the mantis, but it's still coming after you.
That's fine. As long as I'm not dead now, I'm happy.
Yes. All right, Frank.
Okay, I'm just gonna take out my magical sword and just swing at the one that's coming after me.
All right. Plus tough.
Ooh. I'm gonna use my luck to
Okay.
change the 3 to a 12. So I used one of my lucks, and I will do double the damage. So 6 damage.
All right. That one shatters as well. They have exactly 6 health.
Great. So I kill it, blood flies all over the carpet,
Yay.
and then I turn to start facing the other 2.
All right. So we will go with the mantid chasing after Dr. Grace next.
Yes.
It's going to use its stinger, try and go in close and sting you.
Okay. Do I have any defense ability to like dodge? Would that be act under pressure?
You may. So I don't know if it's just I do have actually. I just noticed I do have one armor, so I don't know if anyone else has armor.
You
Oh
don't
yeah, what's your? You don't have armor. Okay.
Would we have regained life from like the last damage since it took place a day ago?
Yeah, you regain health over time. Yeah, one night's sleep reduces injury by 1 harm.
Okay, so then I don't have any harm anymore.
Yeah, I know Anne has harm from the statue. It has 1 harm, but I think other than that, I think you're all okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that clearly states how attacking works for monsters. I'll just roll it as if I were a player then, I guess.
Okay. So do I have dodge ability or no?
No, but this will decide.
Okay.
It got a 9.
So we both get damage?
Yes, you take 3 harm. And then what are you going to use against it?
I'm gonna use my dagger and it gets 2 harm.
What kind of dagger is it? Does it have any special attributes?
It's a magical dagger. 2 harm, hand magic.
Okay, it takes 2 harm.
And I take 3.
And you are also starting to feel a little bit numb.
Oh, lovely.
Your next turn, you're going to be paralyzed.
Okay, so
And then I think the Mantid going after Jesse's character is next. I'm going to make a note of that real quick. So that Mantid is going to chase after Detective Hawk.
Look, if I'm here in this setting, I don't like it. I'm going to be somewhere else. Not a lot of great places because the only place we've established is Burger King and other people's houses, and I don't want to go any of those places.
can she go into my panic room? Or do I have to open a panic room?
You would have to open it on your turn, but yeah, you could do that.
Okay. I wasn't sure if these were just rooms or. Oh no, we established that I had to create a portal.
All right, so it is going to go in with its claws against you. So I will roll for that. All right, so that's an 8.
That's not good.
Okay, that does 5 harm.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that like a full life?
You're at 6 and.
Almost dead.
Oh crap.
And there's also the whole, turning to stone
Oh
thing,
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
which I believe will happen regardless of what I do because I believe you take damage and then I were already basically taken all of my damage.
That's one way to end a campaign. Everyone's statue.
Look, everybody wanted to.
I thought if we put the bubble around her, she wouldn't be able to cast outside of the bubble.
I don't know why you assume that.
It's a magical bubble!
I have to look up how paralysis works because it is Teach's turn, but you have been hit with that paralysis stinger. I'm not seeing any clarification on how paralysis works, so I'm gonna guess that it just works like you can't move. So I will say, if you use luck, maybe you could. Let's see, can you change the outcome of things with luck?
You could prevent out damage with luck.
Oh. Right.
I can decrease a wound I have to 0, but that still leaves the paralysis. Do one thing beyond human limitations. I'll use a point of luck, and I will be able to float and fly. I won't be able to move my body. I will be essentially a floating statue that can. I'm on the ceiling, floating up on the ceiling, and I'm just kind of chilling there.
Okay, that'll keep you out of harm's way.
Yeah.
All right, and then it is Celino's turn. She starts pounding away at the bubble. I will say she does not get out this time, but it's weakening. And then back up to Detective Hawk.
You should probably spend some type of luck.
Yeah, I'm considering that.
You have ways to heal.
Yeah, that might be not a terrible idea, although I'll probably die anyway. But you know what? Okay, yeah, I think I will do that. I will expend luck and attempt to heal wounds of some kind.
Okay.
So decrease a wound you have suffered to 0 harm.
Well, that was from the previous turn.
I feel like you could just attack, and if they attack you again, you could just use your luck.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, you have a good point. That's what I will do instead. Yeah. So, yeah, I will use magic to inflict harm and use luck specifically because, again, I have a lot of luck.
Okay.
I will inflict 2 harm, ignoring armor.
Okay. And then Steve, it's your turn now.
Okay, I will go to the next one, which how if Dr. Margaret Grace is floating now? So does she look like she's somewhat safe from him?
That was the other effect because I rolled a 12 and the added benefit was me being safe from harm.
Yeah, so it's the mantid's just kind of underneath there looking up. Like, okay, now what do I do?
I will go to the other mantid that's attacking Anne and just swing at it with my magic sword.
Okay.
I got a 9. So with that, I will do the 3 damage.
You do 3 damage to it, so it's almost dead.
Can it move?
Yeah, it gets its attack too. Alright. It's gonna go in for a bite. So you take 3 harm.
And I have Emma, so I'll subtract 1.
Okay.
So I take 2 harm.
And it will eventually crystallize you, but
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
and then it's the mantid's turns. So the one that was chasing after Dr. Grace is now going to run over to the crystal shard. Where are the crystal shards that you have, the 2 of them?
They're in my magical laboratory
Okay, I don't think that it can get in there.
because that's where I was doing all the big magic. And then I came back out and I saw things happening.
All right. It is going to go to assist its friend then. And it is
The friend.
going to attack Frank because it sees you as the biggest threat.
Which is fair.
And I am.
It goes in for a bite, but you get in a hit too.
Okay.
So you take 3 harm.
Okay, and it takes 3 harm.
Okay, so they're both almost dead now.
The other man did gets to go, I believe.
Yeah, it's actually going to open up a portal beneath it and just dive into it.
Rude.
It is Dr. Ace's turn.
I can't move, so it's got to be magic.
The first thing in magic, I believe, is like just do a attack for 1 damage, isn't it?
Bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature. Should I do that?
I mean, it has to be very close to that.
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to roll to banish what's her face to the monster realm.
Toledo?
Yeah.
It says you can do it.
I got a 5 and a 4 plus 1. So that's a 10. Oh, I barely did it.
Okay. So you see this mist come up out of its mouth and it goes into a portal in the ground, just like the ones that the creatures have been coming in and out of. And she stops moving. So you have a statue of her in your house now. Her soul has been banished out of her
Oh,
and left behind just a statue.
okay.
And now the creature is still there, but injured. Jesse and Steve both have turns before the creature does, so
Kind of hoping to save her, not destroy her soul.
Yeah, it works.
You tried. She gets to now live with the creatures in that other dimension.
Yeah, that won't be horrible, I'm sure. Anyway,
Can we just kill this, just not even roll, just say we killed this creature?
yeah, I mean you only have to do 1 harm. Yeah, so you kill it, and now there are crystal pieces and blood all over.
Yeah, I'll do what I can to
it's
clean
gonna
up.
take forever to clean.
And we'll say after a few minutes the paralysis wears off too.
Pick up some crystals and be like, we could pay a cleaning service.
No,
Really don't want to explain this to anyone.
no one gets these crystals. Everyone just we're putting them in my lab, and it's staying there.
Their evidence dungeon.
my evidence dungeon. Does that conclude everything?
We do our magic and rescue all of us, and
Yep.
Yes, you reverse all the statues that you're aware of.
Yeah, that we're aware of. And the big thing is we prevented more from being made. That was the big thing.
yes.
And now I have a statue of this woman in my house.
It's like Batman's giant penny. It's just like there forever.
And the funny thing is like she's sitting down, so she's also in one of your seats that you can no longer use again.
That's annoying.
I forgot I had that. Well, no, she came to life and started to move, so she could be in a different position now.
Just
You could put it in all kinds of places, like on top of a toilet. It's performance art. It's fine.
Yeah, technically, if this were like a longer campaign, that would only be a temporary solution, but it was only supposed to be a one-shot, and it already went to 2, so you guys won.
A one shot that went way longer than it should
Yeah.
have. Yes.
Yes.
Then Dinah sings us a song as we zoom out.
Yes, she dedicates a song to you. The song is called Crystal Mantids.
Oh god. It does not shout.
And that wraps up our playthrough of Monster of the Week. We hope you enjoyed it, and that you'll join us next week as we review Henshin, a Sentai RPG by Cave of Monsters Games.
Our podcast can be found on Spotify, Google Podcast, or our Mountain of Sourcebooks YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MOSB_2022 and follow our Facebook page, MOSB-Mountain of Sourcebooks, where you can get updates on everything that's happening with us and in the world of gaming.
And with all that said, thank you for joining us, and be careful on your way back down the mountain.